Everybody, and welcome to the CX Live Dialogue. We are delighted to have with us today Adam Docrat, the Head of Information Technology at Aster Retail GCC. Adam is an IT professional with over 20 years in the IT sector with experience in the UK, South Africa, Qatar, and UAE. Currently working at Aster Pharmacy as the head of information technology retail GCC, and previously at Life Pharmacy, Masafi Water, and Almana Fashion Group. He has implemented a large number of enterprise level ERPs and was the first in the world to implement MS Dynamics AX212 R3 in Azure. Adam focuses predominantly on identifying information technology business requirements, driving digital transformation, and implementing solutions to drive change across the business, yielding both financial and operational benefits. Welcome, Adam. It is a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
Thank you. Now, as we understand that customer contact is in a critical juncture and having supported their businesses steadfastly during the pandemic, customer support and contact center leaders, I'm sure they are ready to face fresh challenges of economic uncertainty, technology embracement, and delivering growth for the organizations. Now, having said this, how have you seen the role of the contact center evolve in the recent years, and how have you adapted to these changes, Adam?
So that's a great question, Divya. So I think, contact center used to be just a very generic center. You'd phone there for your queries, you'd get your answer, and you'd leave. But I think now it's really gotten to another level. So we're seeing at Asta specifically the role of the contact center change. It's both the customer service piece. So we're helping our customers obviously find the answers to their queries, as well as directing them to the right services they need. But what we're also finding generally with our call center is we're finding more and more people want that solution. There are always services where the team are unable to visit a brick and mortar store. They're having challenges using applications, and they just want to speak to someone to avail the right services, whether it's down to booking an appointment, whether it's down to finding out what medicines are available or what types of medicines are available, or having a query about a specific product before they purchase it. I think that's where the role of the contact center, sort of is evolving to in this day and age, and that's what we're really trying to keep up with at Asta.
Okay, all right. And can you share some innovative approaches that you have taken to improve customer experience in the contact center?
So a lot of our customer experience comes with data, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think when you empower people with data and you empower people with the right level of data, they're able to respond to customers' questions and close it a lot quicker. Predominantly previously it used to be that they would take a message, they would go away, find out the information, come back to the customer. By giving them information like stock on hand availability in the pharmacy, by giving the ability to send orders directly from the call center directly into the pharmacy for delivery, by giving the team visibility on where a customer's order is in the order journey, whether it's being packed in the warehouse, whether it's on a bike, whether it's whether it's already been delivered to the customer and maybe there's a problem with it. By giving them that information and by empowering them to actually make the decisions and close the decisions immediately, you're improving customer experience, you're
Yeah.
reducing time waiting on the call, you're reducing the number of outbound calls that you do ultimately, and like I said, ultimately just improving the overall experience to the customers from the call center side.
Okay, all right, okay. And how do you effectively balance the use of technology with the personal touch of human interaction in the contact centers?
So I think there's a lot of talk around ChatGPT. There's a lot of talk around
Yes.
AI chatbots. There's a lot of talk around, people, having the ability to speak to an automated voice assistant and getting the information. It's important, and I think there's always use cases for it.
Okay.
You want a location of a store. A chatbot can tell you that. You want a to find out where your delivery is. A chatbot can help you with that, and even a voice automated chatbot can help you with that. But where the human element comes in is when you're really talking about complaints and compliments, really empathizing with the customer. We're not a fashion company. We're not
Yeah.
a retail company. We're a medical company. People call us and interact with us when they need assistance, when they're ill and they have problems. And that's when we need to be at our most empathetic. And, for someone to be met with an automated chatbot is not the kind of experience a customer wants. They want to speak to someone, even if it's just a physical person saying, I hope you're feeling okay. I think that's where we sort of balance the technological side as the human side, and allowing the customer to feel like they're always really important, and we're getting to their problem, as soon as possible with the right level of information.
Okay, great, great. I think when the industry is just talking about chat GPTs, and I think after a long time, I'm hearing someone saying that equal importance to humans as well. So
Definitely.
great, well done on that. All right. So, can you discuss the successful project or initiative you led to improve contact center performance metrics such as customer satisfaction and call resolution rates as well?
So I think we'll talk about customer satisfaction. I think that's the easiest one. So we recently implemented a tool called DreamSolve, and what we've done very simply is that after every touch point the customer has, whether it's a touch point in the pharmacy, whether it's a touch point in the call center, no matter where the touch point is, we're sending customers an automated survey. We're getting their feedback, and what we're doing because of that feedback, we're taking the feedback and we're using it to retrain our agents. We're using it to find out where we have gaps, where we have problems.
Okay.
I think very few customers respond back positively. Most customers want to respond back negatively, which is completely fine. I mean, we
Yeah.
want customers, that's, when we're doing stuff well, it's a case of just keep on going. But when we're not doing stuff well, we want to find out what we're not doing correctly. And we want to find out, how then we can take that data and then use it to improve our customer service
Yeah.
experience across the call center.
Okay, great. Okay. And how do you measure and analyze customer feedback to ensure that future improvements are there in the call center?
So, like I said earlier, we have a tool called DreamSolve, which helps us to collate all that feedback, and that collates feedback from, from online and offline points as well. And we really bring that together. We also have monthly management connect, so we send out, examples of information. We send out NPS scorecards to the different team members to see how they're doing, and then by collating that data and analyzing that data, in comparison, we can see the trends. We can see that if a large number of people are facing problem with home deliveries, for example, that's when we can then improve the home delivery cycle. We can see if it's more around waiting times. A simple example is that we've recently noticed over the last few months we're having increased waiting times, and we're having increased complaints about waiting times. And now what we're doing at the moment is we're implementing a queue management system into the pharmacy to
Okay.
say that, now customers can come in, get a token, and then
Okay.
they can go away, and then they can, be called up when their turn is there, reducing their waiting time and reducing the feeling that they're just sitting there being ignored at.
Okay, great. So, with a brief conversation that we had today, Adam, from being taking customers to the heart of what you do, empathizing with them, bringing technology into the field to make sure that everything is smooth and ease at the customer's end as well, brings to the fact that Aster is definitely on top of technology with customer contact and automation processes as well. So, thank you so much, Adam, for your time today. And we look forward to seeing you at the show in 2 weeks. Thank you so
Right.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody, and welcome to the CX Live Dialogue. We are delighted to have with us today Adam Docrat, the Head of Information Technology at Aster Retail GCC. Adam is an IT professional with over 20 years in the IT sector with experience in the UK, South Africa, Qatar, and UAE. Currently working at Aster Pharmacy as the head of information technology retail GCC, and previously at Life Pharmacy, Masafi Water, and Almana Fashion Group. He has implemented a large number of enterprise level ERPs and was the first in the world to implement MS Dynamics AX212 R3 in Azure. Adam focuses predominantly on identifying information technology business requirements, driving digital transformation, and implementing solutions to drive change across the business, yielding both financial and operational benefits. Welcome, Adam. It is a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
Thank you. Now, as we understand that customer contact is in a critical juncture, and having supported their businesses steadfastly during the pandemic, customer support and contact center leaders, I'm sure they are ready to face fresh challenges of economic uncertainty, technology embracement, and delivering growth for the organizations. Now, having
That's wonderful to hear, Sanjay. Now, omni-channel contact centers have been adopted by customers for a while now. How do you see this evolving in the future?
Yeah, great question, Ayusha. So today, if you look at every customer, an average customer, uses about 6 touch points, and more than 50% of those uses 4. They're using 4, which are different. Could be voice, email, data, Twitter, or anything else. Now, there is a big distinction that I would like to draw between omni-channel and multi-channel. Because so far, to your point, most organizations have actually added multiple channels to their contact centers, but they not necessarily are omni-channels because they are siloed approach and typically done as a me too approach because consumers want it and you want to be seen as a progressive organization. So you have your point of presence, but most times you end up getting a very standard response of we will get back to you. And if you are actually trying as a customer multiple channels, you get different responses in each channel. So that's really not omni-channel. Omni-channel is about one, being available all the time at the power of consumer, whichever channel they want to really go to. Second, it has this whole notion of context sharing across the channel so that you are able to start your journey in one, progress in another, and maybe if you like, end it in the another channel. And it becomes completely seamless. And with that, you are able to devise several automation capabilities so that customers are able to self-serve themselves so that they really don't need to actually talk to you. And they can find their information or do all the tasks that they're looking at using the right channel and right device that they desire.
And finally, Sanjay, obviously NICE has a lot of these capabilities. We are looking forward to having NICE and yourself at the CX Live show very shortly, whereby we can deep dive a bit more to understand not just the strengths that NICE offers as a platform, but also the future growth opportunities that organizations can leverage should they work with NICE. So we're looking forward to having you and the team at the event. And thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you. Looking forward to a great event and share our story with everyone. Thank you.